The one thing all riders have in common is we deal with the inevitable and honestly unfortunate rider's block. It's that part of the process where your ideas start to feel just a little bit stale and like that creative juice isn't really flowing anymore. And sometimes it feels like the easiest thing to do is just to give up. I feel that in my creative process all the time, and I'm feeling that right now as I write my book. I've been writing my book in this room for the last year, and it feels like my ideas are becoming stale and I can't make it any further in this project. And I just feel like I'm kind of losing inspiration. And so today, I want to take you along for the ride and show you my favorite way to overcome writer's block. So I am changing up my scenery a bit today. I feel like, I spend most of my time riding in my office at home, but I'm so deeply connected to nature and the outdoors. I mean, I grew up camping with my family in Northern California, and it's just been in my blood ever since. And I feel such a sense of freedom and clarity when I go out to the mountains camping, or even just a nearby park, honestly. So today, there's this coffee shop I've been wanting to go to ever since moving to Seattle. And it's about an hour and a half out of the city, up in the mountains. And it's possibly one of the most beautiful places I could think to bring myself to write and to enjoy some time outside. And I'm just really excited to bring you along and show you where this is at, because I honestly have never seen a coffee shop in a place like this. I'm at the beautiful Espresso Chalet up in the Washington State Mountains, and this is one of the most special coffee shops in the world, and I'm sure you can tell why. The nature here is absolutely insane. Jaw-dropping is an understatement. But the funny part is, I don't drink coffee. I came here specifically for the views. I came here for a change of pace in my creative process and a change of scenery, because I've been working on this outline to send to publishers and agents, but I've honestly been getting stuck a little bit in my head. But the second I got to nature, everything changed and I could see clearly again. And I was reminded how every time I do go to nature, it gives me exactly what I need. It never fails me, and I just am so thankful that I listened to this calling and nudge to change my creative process. But at the end of the day, I was reflecting on the session, and I was just so happy that it was such an excellent session. And now it's time to go home. I'm just having a huge realization right now, and it's really coming up because of how I'm documenting this book this time around. When I first wrote You Deserve This Shit, I didn't document the process. I wasn't as in tune with what I wanted to put out on social media. And then once I started to grow my account on social media, I had wished I started in a different way, in a more raw way that was behind the curtains. And I always kind of had a regret that I didn't start that way. But as I'm doing this, I'm realizing that you can always start a new phase, a new chapter. Just because you didn't do it in this new way in the beginning doesn't mean you can't choose a new beginning. And when I think about this vlog and documenting this journey, I'm choosing a new beginning for myself. I realize and recognize and accept that my life will always have different chapters, and I will not be defined by one single chapter, but I'll be defined by how I choose to move forward. And I just hope this is a reminder to you that if there's something in your life that you don't like, if there's something that you want to change, you can always choose a new beginning. You don't have to do everything you've always done if it doesn't align with who you are today. I think the beauty of life is that it's constantly changing. I think the beauty of life is that you have the power to choose it for yourself. But the consequence of not choosing it for yourself is living a life for somebody else. And I think the one thing that we should all be committed to, devoted to, is choosing a life that feels authentic to us and that makes us feel proud and excited to wake up for. I think that is it. That is what we're after in life, to be proud of how we're living. All right, just got home from the riding session, and I'm being welcomed by my cat, Penny. There's Penny. Welcomes me home just like a dog, and I am feeling very happy with how that went and very inspired, and honestly just feel like so at peace after being in nature, listening to good music, having a good writing session. I mean, it's my favorite place to be. So yeah, I'm feeling really happy that I followed my intuition of changing my scenery and seeing what that would do for my inspiration to writing, because yeah, it was one of my best writing sessions in a while. So really powerful, and just happy to be home. So I'm cooking dinner right now after getting home. And on the way home, I was listening to a podcast with Theo Vaughn and Tony Robbins. If you haven't listened to Theo Vaughn's podcast, by all means, do yourself a favor. They were talking about in the podcast how going after things in life, like when you have a goal, it's not about reaching the goal. That's not what you find fulfillment in. It's the person you become in reaching that goal. And I was thinking about that concept with creativity and writing this new book. And it's not really that like I'm after the accomplishment of putting out another book. Where I find fulfillment is being able to birth these new ideas in the world and expand my own perspective, and then package it in a way that could maybe influence people to have this new perspective of positivity, of hope, of belief that could help them expand their life and expand their perspective. And I think it's a great reminder that it's always about the person you become in pursuit of what you're after. One other thing that I hope this, like me documenting this process, inspires you to do is to just express yourself in the world. Like you and I, we're just people, we're humans. And I just personally find so much fulfillment through expressing my voice, my truth, myself, my authenticity. I feel like when we put our voice, our truth out into the world, we contribute to the collective that we're all a part of. And we start to feel this greater sense of purpose and this greater sense of belonging because we are adding to the world around us. And I fully believe that like you are here for a very specific reason, and it's not by mistake that you are living in this moment. And if you feel like you're lost or you feel like you don't belong, try to express yourself more and just see kind of the ripple of inspiration and positivity and hope that gives you. I just fully believe in the power of self-expression, and I think it is such a gift, and it is such a privilege to live in a world where we can express ourselves, live this human experience where we can express ourselves. So all I'm saying is give it a try. It has totally changed my life. All right, so after a long day of writing, I love to just get outside, wind down, ground center myself, feel the gratitude of the outdoors. And usually I go up on the roof and just watch the sunset from home. But today I'm gonna run down to the water because I feel like it's gonna be a good sunset. So let's go.
Nobody gives a fuck about what you do. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm trying things, you tried it too. How you gonna knock somebody in the world for actually trying to do something? Since when has it become not cool to try?